Am I ready for the B2 Cambridge exam? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're here, you're probably wondering, am I ready for the B2 Cambridge exam? Well, you are in the right place. In this video, we'll break down each part of the B2 Cambridge exam, also known as the first certificate in English, FCE, and we'll go over the skills and grammar you need to master to ace this test. So grab a notebook and let's dive right in. So, let's go to section number 1, reading and use of English. Oh, this one, it's beautiful. This part of the exam is usually the most challenging because it tests not only your reading comprehension but also your grammar and vocabulary knowledge. There are 7 parts in this section with a total of 52 questions. You will encounter tasks like multiple choice clause, open clause, word formation, and keyword transformations. Here's what you need to focus on. First of all, the vocabulary. You should be comfortable with a wide range of vocabulary, including phrasal verbs, collocations, idiomatic expressions. On the grammar, you have to be sure to review the tenses, conditionals, passive voice, modals, relative clauses, and various sentences and structures. On the reading skills, you need to practice skimming for the gist, scanning for specific information, and understanding detailed meaning and writer's opinion. I want to make a little point on skimming for the gist. It's like a technique. You have basically to understand the general purpose of the text before you do anything. Okay. Good advice is always to write the keywords of the exam, and that's mostly it. Perfect. You can use online practice tests to familiarize yourself with the format itself. There are many pages. Actually, there's one that's called Test English. Another one, it's Flojo. And you have more and more. Even in the Cambridge official page, you can find their exams. Sometimes. Okay? Try to not buy any Cambridge service for the exam. I don't recommend using the Cambridge services for the exam. It sounds like contradictory sometimes, but if I'm honest with you, it's not useful. I'm sorry about them. There's one from MacMillan that is called I forgot the name. There's a MacMillan book I will leave on the description below, and well, you can study from there. The reading part is quite easy. Okay, it's going to be easy. Don't worry. Make sure to have these 3 things. Let's go back. Reading comprehension, tenses, all of the tenses. Practice with online tests to get familiar with the format, please. Grammar and vocabulary, conditionals. Focus on skimming, scanning, and understanding detailed meanings. Understanding text structure and meaning, passive voice, modals, relative clauses. This is quite important for the writing too, so please check it out. Study a wide range of vocabulary. When you use the Cambridge Dictionary, that's free, you will find that every word has like a level B2, B1, and so on. On the book from MacMillan I was telling you about, you can find this vocabulary in order. I will just tell it to you in a quick sec if you allow me. I gotta do it here because I have a ton of English books. If you need them, just leave a comment below and I will just give them to you. But it's this book. I will actually show it to you. This is called the Destination B2 from MacMillan. You have all of the grammar and vocabulary you need, but the cool thing about this is that they give you grammar and vocabulary on units. You don't need to make the exercises here. It's not necessary, but the grammar is really important itself. Got it? It's a wonderful book. Fantastic. Look, here is the vocabulary. Vocabulary in contrast, phrasal verbs, phrases in collocations, word patterns, word formation, and all of the vocabulary that you're going to use. This is the vocabulary you're using on the exam. Okay, that's mostly it. Now let's go for the writing. It's really, the writing of English is like the most complicated, but in reality it is easy, so don't worry about it. Next up is the writing section. This part includes 2 tasks, okay? One compulsory essay. The essay, everybody has to do it. And a second task where you choose between different formats like an article, letter, report, or review, whatever. Got it? In the essay writing, it's important to follow the structure. There's a key structure of introduction, coherent body paragraphs, and a strong conclusion. Your ideas should flow logically. That means that organize yourself. Introduction, body, conclusion. Variety in language, usage range of vocabulary and grammar structures to show off your language skills. Avoid repetition, no repetition, synonyms please. And make sure your tone matches the type of writing. Got it? And task response, always address all parts of the task. Make sure you understand what is being asked and that your content is relevant, okay? Don't beat around the bush. Don't beat around the bush, please, never. Just go ahead. Be direct, but don't repeat vocabulary. Use passive voice if you can. It is amazing. Let's go. The writing is pretty easy. Then you will have a non-compulsory part that you have like a letter, report, or review. This is again about following this structure, introduction, body, and conclusion. I have some tutorials on how to write an email, letters, articles, and so on. So give it a try, please. But yeah, that's it. The writing part is pretty easy. As soon as you use synonyms, passive voice, and good grammar structures without beating around the bush, it's mostly done. Now for the listening part. Well, if you're understanding me without making use of the subtitles, you can see that you're ready for the listening. So don't worry about it. If you're not, well, in this part of the exam, it has 4 parts and lasts about 40 minutes. You will listen to different types of recordings, such as conversations, monologues, and interviews, and then answer the questions based on what you hear. Please always do like a first try. Okay, you're going to listen twice. So in the first try, in the first attempt, choose a tentative answer, and on the second attempt, you can make sure that it is whether correct or not. Okay, it requires concentration. This part is understanding different accents. That's important because they're going to sometimes put accents like Scottish and Irish that they are really strong. You can listen to Australian people, but Australian people just don't pronounce the letter R at the end of the word, so they don't say car, they say ca, these things, but easy. The most complicated one, I would say, is the Scottish one, because instead of saying doesn't, they say doesn't or things like this. So yeah, actually, there is a tutorial I will put on the description below too about the Scottish accent. It was made by a university, and you will see the differences. And that's mostly it. Then you have listening for detail, practice listening for specific information, main ideas, and the speaker's opinion and attitude. The listening, you know it or you don't. A good place to study is Test English. You can have like a listening part, you have lots of listenings. Try to do it and practice and practice and practice. That's the only way to get on with the listening. Now we're going on the speaking part. We have the speaking section. This part of the exam is usually done with another candidate and involves 4 parts. An interview, a long turn, a collaborative task, and a discussion. Don't get nervous. People fail the exam because they get nervous. Don't get nervous. Please, never get nervous. If you're not controlling your nervousness, that's a problem. Straight up. Buckle up. Strong position. You're controlling the situation. Perfect. You have to be ready and self-assured. Always. Got it? To do well speaking, we are first making sure that we are fluent. You will try to speak naturally without too many pauses. It's okay to hesitate, but don't let it break your flow. Being fluent, it's something that is being misunderstood by everybody. And it is not like we start speaking like if we were Eminem and we were like, no, we don't want to do that. We all have a rhythm to speak. We only need to follow the natural rhythm. Right now, I am speaking slow, but fluent, because I know how to say the next word. That's it. I normally hesitate, but luckily for me, I have a script in front of me. Problem, I am dyslexic, so it's not being an easy task. So yeah, hesitation is okay. We have something called tag words. Tag words in Spanish is like muletillas, or words we repeat. In my case, I use so, while, yeah, of course. So, so. I am all the time so, if you notice. That's important. The pronunciation, it's really important. Okay, a good pronunciation, it's different to an accent. We all have different accents. Spanish people from Spain will always speak Spanish people. You can remove your accent, yes, with many years of practice, with many people surrounding you that is native to the accent you're trying to learn. We can work on the word native, because native doesn't mean that you're born in a country that speaks English, but it's that you have a native level of the language. But well, don't worry about it. Your accent doesn't matter. What matters is the pronunciation. For that, I have a tutorial on the 44 phonemes of English, and you have to follow the International Phonetics Association International Phonetics Alphabet, IPA thing, to make sure that you are making it well. Yeah, that's it. Work on your pronunciation. Make sure you're easy to understand. That's it. No more. You don't have to be British. You don't have to be American. If you go to Louisiana, you will find the strange accents. And if you go to New York, people speak on a crazy way. So don't worry about your accent. What you have to worry about, it's first interaction with a partner, that you have to interact with that person. You can practice this at your home with a friend or so. Actually, with AIs, you can do it. I don't recommend learning with AIs, even though they are really good as a partner on learning as a tool, because an AI is only a tool, but never as a teacher or someone to do something specifically. Interaction, it's like you're collaborative. You listen to what they say, you respond appropriately. To interact properly, it is not to speak a lot, because that's not interaction. It's to guide the conversation. It's to listen the other person. It's to bring the topics, to move on. That's interaction. Respond properly, be respectful. Sometimes your partner will not be so self-assured. If they are prepared with us, they will be, I'm just joking, but they will be self-assured, because we work a lot into security and self-assurance and so. But well, if it's not, you have to guide him, move him or her, through the conversation itself. Finally, extremely important, the range of language. Nothing to do here. Like in the writing, the reading, and everything, you have to use a good vocabulary. So, how to use a good vocabulary? Connectors, connector list. We also have a connector list that we can share with you. Just let us know in the comments below if you need it. It is really easy. In the connectors, you have because of, but, while, and these basic connectors. Instead of saying because, you can say provided that, since, and so on. Instead of saying because of, you can say due to, owing to, provided that I already said it. I'm the only one saying no. I'm just joking. Then we have but, that you can say instead of but. However, nevertheless, you can also use despite this, in spite of. There's a lot of synonyms of this. And, beside, also, so on. Don't repeat words. That's the most important things. Got it? Responding to prompts and questions, sentence structures and question forms, and basic things of the grammar. Just give it a try. I would recommend you to use ChatGPT, for example, and tell ChatGPT, hey, would you like to be my teacher? You can download it on your phone, and it has like a microphone thing you can speak to, and he will be your teacher and correct you. I would like to make a full video on this, but there's plenty of videos on the internet about it. It's getting crazy. If you want to have one-to-one classes, you can call us and tell us hey, I want to prepare this exam, so let's have a one-to-one. That's fantastic. And well, I think that if you're here and you said yes to everything and that thing's really easy, or you just closed the video like a long time ago, you're ready for the B2 exam. But still, if you're working on these skills and you're not confident enough in each section, please try to practice. We're going to leave some materials below to practice, and that's mostly it. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to help you out. Good luck with your studies, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!